to the celebration for the class of 2020 conducted economically, and I've had the privilege of being principal for the last 9 years. I want to welcome all the parents, Richie, the board members, the alumni, community, friends and family, the faculty, the coaches who have come out to celebrate these incredible young men. And one of the things I can tell you about the class of 2020 is that when you are the head of school and you give a speech, it's to give them your words of wisdom. It's to tell them the teachings that they need to have. But I can tell you the reverse is true for me. They have taught me so much. And so what I have learned from them is about loyalty, about friendship, about family, about relationship, about trust, compassion, love, hard work, and teamwork. Because every day, those are the qualities this class exhibits, and every single one of them brings those qualities to the table. I couldn't be more proud of them. One of my most favorite things about our graduation is that every student has a voice. I've been at many schools where there's a valedictorian, where someone is chosen to read a speech, and I've really fought against that because I feel like every student goes through the process and every student has a message to say. And so I keep my remarks very brief and lend a chair to everybody to make sure that our graduates have time to be able to give their messages to you. But I'd like to first start out with a very special person who I joined 9 years ago because I believed in his vision for not only the Academy, but for his education, and that is our founder, Richie Grant.
All right. The good news is, well, I guess there's bad news and good news. The bad news is that I've got 10 pages here. The good news is it's like size 24 font. So maybe that's 4 pages. I'm not sure, but I'll try to be quick. But I want to congratulate the class of 2022 and thank you guys for your passion, for learning, your efforts in helping to shape our unique community into the very special environment it is today. I have a lot of admiration for you guys, and it's been a pleasure to watch you grow on the field, in the classroom, and as young men. I would also like to take this moment to thank the staff, both in the classroom and on the training grounds, for their tireless commitment and dedication to supporting the growth of our student athletes. Your passion for teaching and love for the boys is a pleasure to witness. Thank you, teachers, coaches, and support staff for everything you do. Today I'd like to speak a little bit about culture and what I feel is sort of fundamental to the success of our school and our club and our community. Culture, you know, to quote the Migos, is without a doubt the most important piece of our success story. The last few years, the COVID pandemic has created some very real challenges for us all. And culture is very hard to build and maintain when a community is forced into isolation. Sometimes it takes losing something to understand how important it is to your well-being. But fortunately this year we finally got a chance to get back together and witness the power of community, witness the power of being together. Excuse me here. But being together really is only the start. It's how we interact when we're with each other that really truly defines our culture. I had the pleasure to catch up with YSC Academy alum Brendan Aronson on Wednesday to ask him about his views on what he thinks makes our culture so special. His answer was a simple one, but it was profound. It starts with the handshakes, he said. We both kind of laughed at his response, but we went on to discuss for quite some time how important the seemingly meaningless gesture actually is, and what it says, and how much it means to our community and our culture values. The handshake and fist pump with a look into the eyes says, I'm here, you're here, I recognize and respect you. We are engaged in this journey together. The handshake might be a we act, as Tommy Wilson would say, but it's a powerful one that reinforces bonds and connects community. It is an inclusive action that builds trust and sends a message of belonging. Although the pandemic stole the handshakes from us for a time, it's important we never forget just how valuable this small gesture can be to our community and our culture. I encourage our graduates, underclassmen, teachers, and coaches to carry this simple tradition forward. YSC Academy is an inclusive community, and the handshake should be recognized and applauded as one of those key tenets that help create a positive family-like environment where student athletes, teachers, and coaches feel they belong and feel they are connected in a purpose together. As I reflect further on what makes our culture flourish, I believe there are three core values critical to ensuring our community thrives: respect, commitment, and passion to learning. Each represents a mindset or an attitude that fuels our culture engine. Without this fuel, our engine simply can't run. Our culture's lifeblood starts with respect. Each of you participate in creating a respectful environment every day. Interaction by interaction, handshake by handshake, the smiles, the gestures, the laughs, the hard work, and the respect you show for others, it all adds up. These actions define our culture on a daily basis. Our community is a reflection of the attitudes we bring to school, we bring to the pitch, or we bring to work every day. We respect our peers, and we respect others. That's just who we are. I encourage our graduates to remember the value of respect as you move into your next chapter of life. How you act and how you treat others around you every day has a direct impact on the environment you'll experience. At YSC Academy, you are given a chance to become master builders, positively shaping the community. So in your next step, go forward and be respectfully engaged. Be a builder. Take a leadership role in driving the culture you live in. Whether that's in the classroom, in the dorm, on the field, in the locker room, take responsibility for making the environment a better place. And that actually starts with you respecting those around you. The second ingredient I'd like to talk to you about is the value of commitment. You guys know better than most what that feels like. In fact, I believe you're part of a very small minority of high school age kids that really understand what it means to pursue a dream. I admire you guys for your dedication to become the best you can be, and I really appreciate that it's not a path that's always an easy road. It takes bravery and sacrifice to pursue a dream, to show up every morning, to give your best, to train, to study every day with the drive to become better. These are easy words to say, but it's another thing to do them, as you have done during your time at YSC. Never forget that commitment and your drive for excellence is what separates you from the others and makes you in this school so unique. The lessons learned on the path to commitment not only enable you to perform better on the field and in the classroom, but in life. At YSC Academy, you've had the opportunity to hone and train this powerful weapon of commitment. Go forward and wield it in everything you do, both on and off the field of play. The final ingredient I believe is really important for driving our cultural success is the idea of passion for learning. If commitment is how we go about doing something, passion for learning is why we do it. Graduates, underclassmen, teachers, and coaches, if you could take one gift away from our culture to keep with you for life, I would hope that it would be to ignite inside you a lifelong curiosity and passion to learn, not just for the grade, not just to make the starting 11, not just to fulfill the duty of a job, but learning for the sake of learning, learning because you want to become your personal best in whatever you set out to do. I encourage you to let passion for learning be the driving force within you. Focus on becoming the best learner you can be, and I am confident we will all be thrilled with the results. As I look back over the years of YSC and what has made us successful, I believe these ingredients have played a critical role in defining who we are and what we want to be. I encourage all of us to go forward and live them. In closing, I'd like to ask all of you, graduates, underclassmen, staff, take a look around you. Take a look at your peers, your classmates, your teammates, students, players, friends, teachers, and coaches. This is our family. This is our community. Cherish what you have built together and are building together day in and day out. You forged these bonds. Cherish them and work hard in the future to uphold them. I am so proud of you all. You have taken a crazy dream and through your passion, commitment, love, and respect for each other, turned a dream into a reality. From the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful and thankful for you all. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
As Richie has said, it takes a lot of people, a lot of hard work to believe in these fine gentlemen up here. And today I would really like to take one moment before we begin to acknowledge the best faculty I have ever worked with. So please give a round of applause. And now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, we will hear from all of our graduates during the class.
Good morning. Thank you for all being here. My name is Jackson Aronson. I never would have thought that I would be standing here and graduating high school from YSC Academy. I could have never imagined that my path would lead me to where I am today. I would have thought I'd be going to my local high school, living the so-called normal kid's life. But because of my determination and passion to follow my dreams, along with the support of my parents and family, it ultimately led me to the Philadelphia Union, which led me to YSC Academy. It was important for me to stand here today and personally thank Richie Graham for having the commitment and dedication to be able to put all this together. He had a passion for the Philadelphia Union, and because of that passion, he had a vision to develop a school like no other for soccer players. These players could train, be educated, and have the best chance of achieving their goals like myself. Without you, none of this would even be possible, so thank you. I personally want to thank NUHA for creating a culture at YSC Academy that provides an education that best suits a young aspiring professional, as well as the tools you need to succeed outside of the game. Big thanks to all the teachers and staff for being committed to providing an environment that provides guidance and support to the students, and to my parents for the countless hours they would have spent me driving to and from practices, school, and games. Dad, I would not be where I am today without your commitment to me. The countless hours you would spend training me and guiding me through this journey are remarkable. There is no way to express how valuable and grateful I am for you. Mom, you've always supported me in everything I do. You have always given me good advice. And because of you, I've always been grounded and appreciative of everything that you and Dad have done for me. I thank my brother Brendan for making me work hard and guiding me as a little brother, and for always being there for when I needed advice. And to my sister Jaden, you're my biggest fan, and for that I'm grateful for you as always. The Philadelphia Union Academy has been a part of my life since I was 8 years old. From Union Juniors to the Academy, to Union 2, and ultimately every young boy's dream, the first team. I've had many coaches throughout the years, and all of them have played a key role in my development, and have gotten me to the place of where I am today. Whether that was physical training or mental support, they were always guiding me and putting on the right path to succeed. I truly believe that I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for my family, the Academy, and YSC. This school has allowed me to fulfill my journey by allowing me to play soccer at the highest level and giving me an education at the same time. I will forever cherish these memories YSC has given me over the past several years, and I will forever carry the life lessons and tools this school has gifted me with. Although my time at YSC has come to an end, I feel privileged and will be forever grateful for YSC Academy as they have prepared me to be able to succeed after high school. Thank you all.
Hello everyone. I would like to thank everyone for coming out and supporting me and my fellow graduates. My time here at YSC has been amazing, and I've been here for 5 years and it's sadly come to an end. YSC has taught me countless amounts of life skills and got me ready for college. This fall, I will be attending Rutgers University, and I could not be more excited. Thank you, Beverly and Tony. To all the future YSC Academy students, I advise you to keep going and to not get discouraged. There will be plenty of opportunities for you as long as you stay patient and determined. I would like to thank my family for always supporting me, taking me to and from training, always sacrificing their time and effort to help me achieve the things that I've achieved. I would also like to thank my friends for being there with me through all the years. We have made so many good memories, good and bad, but mostly good. We have traveled all over and been at different games in different locations and situations, but we always come back to enjoy each other's company at YSC. I will miss my boys, and I'm forever grateful that I got to spend this time with such an amazing group of guys. I've made a lifetime of not just friends, but brothers who I will be forever thankful for. I would like to thank all my coaches and teachers for helping me through my time here. And lastly, I would like to thank Nuha and Richie for everything they've done for me and taught me. My time at YSC Academy will not be forgotten, and I am forever thankful for everyone. I will miss YSC with all my heart. Thank you.
You could direct your attention.
Before I start, I would like to thank everyone here for coming. Ever since I was little, I always wanted to be a professional soccer player. I never really stopped to think what would happen if I didn't achieve this goal until I became a little bit older. I grew up in an environment that had very few options, not necessarily because my parents didn't support me, because they always did, more or less on the fact that my options would be limited as a male Latino. For that reason, subconsciously, it is put upon me that if I didn't achieve my goal of becoming a professional athlete, my career options would be limited. I would have to get a job in construction like my dad did, and most men in my family did. And although it's something I really respect and admire of the hardworking people who do this type of labor, it's really something I never wanted for myself. I remember seeing my dad come back from 10-hour shifts, covered in paint and dirt, and seeing him be extremely tired, and at times struggle to pay rent due at the end of the month. So for a huge portion of my life, this is something that has had me scared, that if I failed in that area, it is what would be waiting for me at the end of the road. And that's basically how I've gone thinking of my life and future until recently, when this semester I came here to the Union and started my time at YSC Academy. Here I learned that I could become an educated individual with a bright future ahead of himself, regardless of my ability in a sport. For that reason, I would like to thank Nuha for supporting me from the first day I stepped foot in YSC, for making me believe in myself and that I had the ability to break a typical stereotype of a young male Latino. And although there were many moments where I had my doubts about myself, thank you for never giving up on me and always having my back. Richie Graham, although we only briefly met in person once because my passing at YSC was so short, I would like to thank you for giving me the chance to be a part of such a great program that will have a huge impact not only in my life, but future generations as well. To the coaches and staff at Philadelphia Union, you all gave me the confidence and support day in and out, not only to become a better player, but a better person. Thank you for the effort you all pour into your jobs. I want to give a thank you to Tony, who helped introduce me to an opportunity at California State Bakersfield, where I will attend university, as well as my teachers at YSC, especially Isaac, William, Brett, and Susan, for all the time we spent together and for always being thoughtful, each and every day on how you can help me grow as much as possible. And although I wasn't very punctual with turning in assignments all the time, thank you for always giving me every help you could at any given time. I would also like to thank Miss Cecilia and Mr. Fred. Miss Cecilia, although I was only at the house for roughly 6 months, I can confidently say that the effort and love you put into your job is honestly amazing. Although many times it goes unnoticed, you really go above and beyond for us all. Thank you not only for all of your advice, but for simply being my friend and always supporting me. And Mr. Fred, thank you for all of the early morning drives to the airport that you didn't have to do, but always gladly did. There was never really a dull day at the house with you. You both will always have a special place in my heart for all you have done for me. To the boys at the residency house, I won't lie, I don't think I will ever meet a more annoying group of boys. With that being said, over these past few months, I created a relationship with each and every one of you, which I will cherish forever. And although there are some stories I would love to get into about us, I really don't think anyone would ever believe me anyways. I would like to thank you all for making my time there so special and unforgettable. I have a huge love for you all. Diego, my younger brother. Although you were never too big on soccer, you still woke up to watch me play all my games on the weekend. You did the long drives with me, and although most of the time you were playing games on your phone, you were still right there next to me every step of the way. And even though I don't tell you often enough, I love you and appreciate you being right there with me, next to me all the time. Lastly, I want to give the biggest of thank yous to my mom and dad. Mom, thank you for always being my biggest supporter in everything I do, and for always giving me unconditional love when I needed it the most in my hardest moments. Thank you for not letting a day go by where I'm not reminded by you that you love me and will always be there for me. And to the man who taught me basically everything, including the love of the game, thank you for being my coach and mentor all of these years, for all those early morning drives to tournaments, and all of the crazy 6 a.m. training sessions we did over the years to chase a dream that I had ever since I could remember. Thank you both for everything. I love you both more than you could know. As I'm coming to the end of my speech, I would like to say one last thing. Although my time at YSC was short compared to others, I want to thank everyone for making my time here something I will always remember and take with me. Because of you all, I know I can always say that the Philadelphia Union and YSC Academy is my home. Thank you all for listening.
Good morning, I'm Brandon Craig, and thank you all for coming today. I wish I was here talking in front of you, but duty calls. First off, I would like to thank Richie Graham and Nuha for allowing me to attend YSC Academy over these last 4 years. I have made so many memories here that I will never ever forget. My favorite memory at YSC Academy was when I came in the shadow in 8th grade. Knowing I only knew a few people, but everybody made me feel welcome. That's what's so special about YSC Academy, welcoming anybody and everybody into this brotherhood that we have formed. I would like to thank all my brothers that I'm graduating with. It's been an honor and a privilege to be with you guys in school and on the field. Lots of laughs with you guys and tons of memories that will always be with me. It's been a wild ride, but has come to a bittersweet ending. Love you guys and wish you all the best in your own unique futures. I would like to thank Beverly Brooks for being like a second mom to me in school. Whenever I came to you, you were always there to help. I would like to thank all my teachers that I've had, Mr. Sullivan, Cooney, Darren, Kelly, Barney, Willie, Jared, and Susan. I've learned a lot from all of you and enjoyed my time in each one of your classes. Thank you to Coach Ian Monroe and Tommy Wilson for giving me a chance in the academy. You gave me this opportunity to propel my soccer career and trusted that I will be the best player I can be. To all my coaches that I've had in the academy, Kevin, Brewer, Fred, Ryan, and Toby, thank you all for what you have done to better my soccer career. Lastly, I want to thank my family. Thank you guys for all the sacrifices that you have done for me. I am forever grateful to call you guys my family. Andrew, you always went to all my games, whether it was in the sun, rain, or snow. You were always there supporting me, but mostly off to the side watching with the other little brothers. We would always be very competitive with each other, whether it was soccer, golf, video games, anything. I always did and always tried to beat you. Mom, thank you for all that you have done for me. Thank you for being by my side, whether I had a good performance or a bad one. You were always there to cheer me up when I felt down. Your positivity is what brought back a smile to my face when I was upset. I am so lucky to have you as my mother. I love you forever. Dad, thank you for always taking me to my games. You were always there watching me play. You pushed me to be my best, and I would not be where I am now without you. When you were critical of me, I always listened to your advice and grew as a player from it. That's what motivated me to be my best. I cannot thank you all enough for what you have done for me, and I will reward you all in the future. Thank you, Nanny, Grandpa, Grandma, and Pop-Pop, for being at my games and always cheering me on. Grandpa, I know it's been 6 years since you've gone, but I miss you every single day. I know you're looking down on me, and I hope I'm making you proud. One message that I would like to leave behind for the underclassmen is that you guys have the entire future in front of you. You guys have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be here, so make the most of it. Do not do things that you will regret in the future. You do not get another opportunity like this again. Thank you all for coming, and I hope to see you all very soon.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. My name is Samuel Fenton. I'd like to start by saying my time here being a part of the Union Academy, the YSC Academy, has been nothing short of surreal. It feels it was just yesterday I was a 10-year-old boy in 2014, walking through these same doors to my first training with the Union Juniors program. Later did I know it would be the start of a new chapter with many pages to it. Yes, it's been the same 1-hour drive from South Jersey since 2014, but I wouldn't want it any other way. I can also say that the Turnpike, along with I-76 and myself, have a love-hate relationship, to say the least. It wasn't until I stepped through the school doors of YSC Academy on my first day of 8th grade where I could call this plot of land my home away from home. There were 7 of us in the 8th grade attending that first year I was there. I call us the original 7, which consists of some of the people you see sitting behind me. Lunchtime soccer on the side field with William was the foundation of me creating a strong relationship with not only the teachers around the school, but with the original 7. Not to mention, 3 of us, including myself, out of the original 7, go way back even before 2014. Those people are my New Jersey brothers behind me, Ian and Owen. I love you guys. To the guys in front of me, future of YSC in the school, my advice to you is a quote, and you may have heard it before. It goes, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So I say to you, find what you love, and it can be more than one thing, and it will never seem like a job. Now for this next part of my speech, I'm gonna need the audience's help on this. And as I read out the names of people that I want to thank, or groups that they're affiliated with, I want us to give them a brief round of applause, and after it dies down, then I'll state my reasons of why I want to thank them. Can I get you guys help on that? So without further ado, the first group that I want to thank is none other than Mr. Graham and Nuha, along with the teachers of YSC. Can we give them a round of applause, please? I want to thank you guys for creating a fast and fun maturing environment where the students are in the driver's seat but have the co-pilots if they need help. The second group of people that I want to thank is every coach and director throughout the union who has coached me from 2014 until this moment. Can we give them a round of applause? I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys, and I'm grateful for the personal relationships that I have with each one of you because each one is a little different. And last but not least, can we give a round of applause to my parents over here? I know it's not easy sending a kid away majority of the time, not getting to see everything that's going on. But I want to thank you for riding the wave since 2014 all the way to the end with me. And to my brothers, my friends, and my family, I'm grateful and I'm blessed. Every person I thank got to be a part of the last page of a now closed chapter in my life. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. As I stand up here today, I remember my first year at YSC in 8th grade, sitting out where all you boys are now, and I couldn't help but think what it would be like when I'm standing up here now. And now that I've come to this point, I'm not focused on what I've missed or what I've done or what I've accomplished. I'm just focused on the next 5 years ahead. And what I can give to you is that whether you're doing super, super well or you're super, super low, just make sure you keep persevering because there's better to come on the next side. And over the next few years, I'll be attending the University of Pittsburgh, and for that, I'd like to thank Beverly Brooks for everything she's done to help me in my journey through the college process, through school, through life. All the advice you've given me is more than I could ever ask for. To my sister Kendall, thank you to always showing up to all my games, being supportive, always being there for me. At home, messing around, having fun, whatever it was. Shout out to Cat Photography. Mom, you've made this journey so much easier. You've always shown me the light in the darkness. You've always shown me the positive when I'm down and I'm low. And I want to thank you for always showing me that there's more to any low point that I ever have. Dad, you're the man that I strive to be every single day. You push me to be my best both on and off the field. You always push me to be my best and work as hard as possible. Even on the days that I didn't have the determination or the will to get up and do whatever I needed to do, you were always pushing me to do that, so thank you. To Richie and Nuha, thank you for having this dream and striving to make this all for us to have this place so we can go for our goals. Without you guys, none of this is possible. To the coaches, I want to thank you for helping in my development as a player. And to the teachers, thank you for always being there. I know our schedules were always all over the place, and you're always just keep dealing with that and with no issues. So I appreciate that. Thank you all for being here. Without this opportunity from the Union Academy of YSC, I would not be here or the man I am today. So I just want to thank all of you for coming out. So.
Good morning. I came to YSC 4 years ago. Immediately after I joined, I came to Nuha with a huge ask. Could I do YSC Academy online? I had just come back from training in Barcelona for 3 months and was preparing to go back for another 3. At my old school, I was able to keep up with my schoolwork while I was abroad, but it would have been impossible to do the same now that I was entering high school. I needed YSC Academy. Seemingly without hesitation, she worked with me to design something that had never been done at the school before. We created a new platform which allowed me to do YSC from scratch. Since then, the program has grown and is now known as YSC Advantage. Nuha had no reason to help and support me, but I am forever thankful that she did. I was 6 hours ahead of the time zone. But despite this, my teachers worked with me and figured out how I could join class virtually. We made efforts to collaborate via Slack video, FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, and many other work forms. My teachers used Canvas to create special assignments that I'd be able to do asynchronously. All of this might not sound as crazy now, but believe me, before the pandemic, I hadn't even heard of many of the platforms we were using. Furthermore, everything went well, and when I returned to Spain, I was able to integrate writing with my classmates, as though I'd been there in person all along. In addition to creating an entire program around my needs, everyone at YSC always offered me support whenever training was moved or when we were away for games or tournaments. I never needed to worry about missing class because all of my teachers were always able to help me outside of class time to stay on track. So I'd like to thank all of my teachers for always being there to support me no matter the situation. Additionally, I'd like to thank Darren Burris. You were my advisor for 4 years, and you've always been there to help and give me advice, especially when I was just a new kid on the under-16 squad. Now on to my arrival at Union. I'd like to thank John Shear for taking the chance on me and bringing me in from North Carolina. When I joined, it was halfway through the season, and I was really just some new kid on the under-16s. I was certainly not a top prospect, but I felt I deserved to be there. And slowly but surely, I was able to go from a squad player on the 16s to more of an impact player on the 17s and 19s the next year. Then, in my first game back after the COVID break, I made my professional debut at Union 2. Now, this year, I've been presented with opportunities with the first team, and I hope that this is just the beginning, as I hope to accomplish much more in the game. So I'd like to thank all the coaches, staff, and Ernst for the countless hours that you've put into me, and all the incredible opportunities that I've been presented with. And hopefully, this story can be motivation for all of you young guys. Hopefully it demonstrates that lots of hard work and self-belief actually works. There will be so many ups and downs on your journey, but I believe that if you stay confident and focused, then no matter what other people think, you can find a way to progress and prove them wrong. Now over to my sister Kate and my parents. I know I don't say it nearly enough, but I'm forever in debt for you guys, for all that you've done for me in providing me with this opportunity. Thank you for all of your incredible support, sacrifices, and so much more. Now back to school. It is no secret, and everybody says it, but the people are what make YSC the special environment that it is. YSC brings people who all hold the same goals together from all different backgrounds and upbringings. It has been a privilege to be a part of this community with everyone here. Thank you to all the incredible people that I've met here and all the long-term friendships that I've made. Finally, thank you to Richie Graham for designing a school like this one, which has allowed me to pursue my dreams of being a professional soccer player and my academic goals at the same time. Having said all of this, I'm happy to say that I'll be attending Princeton University in the fall. It would not have been possible without all of the support from the people that I've already thanked and the platform that the YSC and Philadelphia Union have provided me with. Also, a special shout out to Bev, who in addition to countless other things, really helped open many doors for me and eventually come to this decision.
Greetings, everyone. It is truly an honor and a blessing to be able to stand before all of you and look back on an amazing 4 years. From the moment I walked through the front door of YSC Academy, I knew this place was special. From the warm and welcoming smile of Nuha and my teachers when I first arrived, to the flags that show just how diverse our community is, to the sound of kids laughing and cheering once a point was scored on the tech ball table, this place became my home. I was 14 years old when I made the difficult decision to leave my family, my friends, and my life as a normal teenager. Prior to attending YSC Academy, I had been at 3 different schools over the span of 3 years, so I'd like to say that I've had a good amount of experience adapting to new environments. However, with living away from home without my parents, joining a new team, and moving to another school again, I'd be lying if I told you that I wasn't afraid and uncomfortable. But over these past few years, I've learned that embracing change and putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation is what prompts growth. I've learned that change is made easier with an amazing support system. And with that, I thank everyone who's had my best interests in mind and played a part in ensuring that I had the best chance of reaching my goals and following my dreams. With that being said, I'd like to start by giving thanks to God. Without Him, none of this would have been possible. He has watched over me, guided my steps, and taught me that He is always in complete control. So Richie, thank you for creating this school and giving kids like me the ability to go to a place where we can pursue our dreams, but not have the disadvantage when it comes to the academic side. Your hard work and dedication in ensuring that we are in the best possible position to become successful does not go unnoticed. Nuha, I don't know where to start. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for taking the time to show that you care not only about me as a person, but also my future. Thank you for using your gift to inspire the next generation to the best that they can be on and off the field. Your sincerity and authenticity have inspired me to spread positivity wherever I go. So thank you. To my teachers, thank you for the effort you all put in to provide me and my classmates with the best educational experience possible. From taking the time in class to go over material so my classmates and I can fully understand it, to finding time outside of class and even on weekends to assist me in my learning. All of you have shown that you love what you do and day in and day out and devote so much of yourselves to your students. As a whole, we thank you sincerely. Brett, I can't thank you enough for your help. You have always been an open ear to share my challenges with and always did whatever you could to keep my head up. Your impact within the school and the community goes further than you may realize. I'd like to thank Beverly and Tony for your diligent work in helping me with my college process and making it possible for me to attend a university like Wake Forest. I honestly still can't believe it, and I can't thank you both enough. To Tommy and John Shear, thank you for taking a chance on me and devoting so much time into my development as a player and as a person. Being at this academy has given me opportunities and experiences I could have only dreamed of, and I can't express enough how grateful I am to have been a part of this program. And thank you to all the coaches and staff that have played a part in my development and have assisted me in my journey. Your drive and passion while coaching was impossible to hide, and I thank you all for always pushing my teammates and me to be the best versions of ourselves we can be. I want to give a special shout out to the athletic training staff for keeping me and my teammates healthy on and off the field. You guys are the best. I'd like to thank my teammates. You guys have pushed me every day to be the best player I can be, and I've made some of my fondest memories with you guys at my side. I'd like to thank all of my housemates from all the places I can now call homes. You guys have become my best friends and brothers, and I wouldn't have wanted to make this journey with anyone else. To Mr. Fred and Miss Cecilia, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the daily sacrifices you make for me and my housemates. You put us first and treat us as if we were your own kids, which has made living away from home so much easier. I think all of us can agree that you are angels in disguise, and the hard work you both put in will not be forgotten. And thank you to everyone else who has willingly opened their homes to me. I am truly grateful because I know you did not have to. To the younger students, I know you've probably already heard this before and will continue to hear it, but seriously, don't take a second here for granted. I vividly remember sitting in your seats thinking that it would be so long before I'll be up here making that speech, yet the time has finally come. Appreciate everything your teachers and coaches do for you because they have so much belief in you. And lastly, I want to thank my family. These past few years have been some of the most challenging yet rewarding, and it wouldn't be possible without your love and support. Kayla, you inspire me day in and day out to be a shining light wherever I go. I am so proud to call you my sister. Mom and Dad, I truly can't thank you enough for all that you have done for me. It'd be impossible to name everything because I'd be up here forever, but I am so grateful for the daily sacrifices you make for me and my sister. When I first moved away, I was expecting it to be difficult not hearing you cheer at my games, but you guys would constantly make the 5-hour drive to show your support, and it means so much more to me than you can ever imagine. Your belief in me is what drives me and motivates me every single day, and I wouldn't be who I am without you guys. Every now and then, I get the question of whether or not I would make the same decision knowing what I know now, and my answer is always the same. in a heartbeat. The fact that I don't have enough time to thank everyone shows how special this place is. Life is way too short to be scared and live with regrets. Take a chance. Do something that scares you. Take the minor setbacks and turn them into something positive. And regardless, be kind. You never know what those around you are going through, so the least you can do is not add to their plate. Be able to look back and know that you lived life to the fullest. Once again, thank you for this amazing experience, and God bless the class of 2022 in the next stage of their journey.
Hey everyone, YSC has been such an integral part of my life for 4 years, and now it is time for it to end. The memories I have made here with my friends and teachers will be cherished forever, and it will be difficult for me to move on from this incredible experience. I remember how great it was to see how close everyone was to each other when I became a student here, and to see myself become a part of this environment was truly amazing. One memorable moment here will be the debates from freshman year. To be honest, speaking in front of you now doesn't faze me as much as those debates. That day propelled me to always be outspoken and confident throughout the rest of my high school career, and don't worry, Jackson and I won our debates, of course. I'd like to thank Nuha, Richie, and all the teachers for creating and developing this place, as it provided a great deal of growth and opportunity for me and my fellow graduates. Your hard work and determination to guide us and teach us to become the best versions of ourselves during the good and bad times we have faced during these past 4 years are truly commendable. Bev, you are amazing. Thank you Bev, for guiding me throughout the college recruiting process and for always being there for us throughout our high school careers. I'd also like to thank Carla for allowing me to work in the kids program and to be further involved in the YSC community. Thank you to Tommy, Ian, and the Union Academy for aiding my development as a player and person. The opportunity to go and chase my dream was a blessing, and I hope to continue to pursue new dreams as I face challenges ahead of me. I'm very excited about what the future holds for me in Boston and beyond, but I won't forget those that have helped shape the foundations that molded me into the person I am today. Thank you to my fellow graduates, who I will call brothers for the rest of my life. I'm an only child, so yeah. I had such a great time with you all, and I'll truly miss you. Finally, thank you to my family who has supported me through this journey every step of the way. I know I haven't been great, but I love you guys so much. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything you have done for me, and I promise I'll continue to support and love you both for the rest of my life. So, to the best class in YSC Academy history, happy graduation. Thank you.
Man, was I good looking. That wasn't even in my speech, I just thinking out loud. Anyway, when I got the call from Richie Graham to give this speech today, I felt honored. I now may officially announce I'm a proud valedictorian of YSC Academy class of 2022. Although some may believe I'm not the smartest or the best soccer prospect out of this YSC 2022 class, I'm honored to say I was always top 15. You guys are loving this, huh? Throughout my 5 years at YSC, I was shaped into the man you see on this podium today. Broad, humorous, dedicated, handsome. At least that's what my girlfriend Bella calls me. All jokes aside, God has placed me in a truly supportive environment. From the amazing faculty and coaches to the amazing teammates I now call my brothers, I am beyond grateful. Through my trials, I've discovered that people talk, but actions discover who is really in your corner, just like my boys behind me. Yes, I did dedicate my junior year to trying to get JJ to punch me in the face. And yes, I threw Ian around this very field because he was beating me in soccer tennis. Anyway, I lost where I was at because I'm so good at reading off the paper. But at the end of the day, we are brothers who have built an unbreakable bond. Is my bond with the Sullivans based on how much they buy me food that week? Maybe, but that's beside the point. I was able to make these memories and find these bonds because of Nuha and Richie, so I thank you. I found a second family through those YSC doors. I would also like to thank the teachers, starting with Cooney. Thank you, Cooney, for reading the class when I wanted a quick power nap. Thank you, Kelly, for being the best mentor anyone could ever ask for. I thank Barney for putting on his listening ears whenever Ian and I would barge in mid-class and rant about how bad we were in yet another session. I thank Sullivan for shattering my confidence about my cankles. You really did. You really did. I can't go to the beach anymore. I thank Deb for doing the impossible and getting Ian into college. And obviously the rest of the amazing YSC staff. And obvious thank you to my family, including the Abbeys, for so much more than I could ever sit here and list. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for your unconditional love, and thank you, Zach and Jake, for being so cool about being second and third favorite. Lastly, I would like to thank Tommy, the coaches, and the GK Union for developing me into the man and goalkeeper I am today. Over the course of my 5 years at YSC, I learned so many valuable lessons. Don't let Cello start talking unless you have 30 minutes of free time. Never eat the cream cheese in the YSC fridge. And don't interact with Sullivan when he has his arms crossed. I'm thankful for my time at YSC Academy and could have asked for a better environment to set me up for my next steps as a student athlete. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for coming out to this year's graduation. Firstly, I would like to congratulate my fellow classmates that are graduating today. It has been a pleasure to be by their side throughout the years and see them grow and develop. I am certain that they are all ready for their next steps in life, and I wish nothing but the best to every one of them. I first came to the United States when I was about 9 years of age, and I was put into a whole different environment than what I was used to. I knew only the basics of how to speak English, and many people back in Brazil criticized my parents' decision to move to the United States. My parents had to leave many things behind in order to live here, such as family, friends, house, comfort, and lifestyle. All of this in hopes for a better future for my siblings and I. And for that, I have to thank them, as I think this was the best decision of their lives. The transition for me was extremely difficult, but those hardships are what made me turn into the man I am today. I am proud to be an American citizen and to live here in the United States, and I will forever be grateful for my parents for making this decision. Throughout my academic career, I have studied in many different schools. In elementary school, I was in one of Brazil's most prestigious schools in Rio de Janeiro. During middle school, I have attended schools in Florida and Indiana. And for a short period of time, I even studied for a public night school in Brazil. And I am so happy to say that out of all these schools, YSC Academy was the best one of them. I first came to YSC Academy in the middle of my 8th grade year, and it has been a pleasure to see the school grow. YSC had the courage to be different than other schools by having smaller class sizes, prioritizing student-to-teacher connection, and also adding in more flex periods for students to have one-on-one sessions with teachers. What amazes me most about YSC are the teachers' approach towards teaching their students. Instead of the student having to adapt to a teacher's way of teaching, which is something I have seen in many schools, here the teachers try to adapt to a student way of learning, making learning an enjoyable and pleasant process. I remember I had a talk with Kumi that really stuck with me. I came to him after class to tell him that I know that sometimes I may seem quiet in class, but that my silence is a lack of attention. And he told me that I was a student who observed and took in information in silence, and who would look for gaps in the information to generate questions and debates for the classroom, and that he knew that I was paying attention. This just goes to show how much the teachers here at YSC put in attention to detail and analyze every single one of their students to determine the best way of approach. This is hands down the best school for a student athlete, and my hopes is that in the future there will be more schools who mirrors YSC's way of learning and methods. With that, I would like to thank Nuha and Richie for creating this great institution that I passed my 4 years in. I would also like to thank Tommy for giving me the opportunity to play for the Philadelphia Union Academy this year. I couldn't have asked for a better group of guys and a better coach for my last year here. These last few months have been the happiest I've ever been playing soccer, and I have my teammates and coaches to thank for that. All the memories I shared this year will forever be cherished and something I will never forget. Lastly, I want to thank my family and friends in Brazil. I am excited to be the very first one in my family to attend a university in the United States, and I hope that I open the bridge to others in my family who wish to follow in my footsteps. I would like to specifically thank my family in attendance, my sisters Daphne and Catarina, and my parents Joseph and Diane. This is all I had to say. Again, thank you for being here and enjoy the rest of graduation. Glória a Deus.
Hey everyone, my name is Anton Sorensen, and I just wanted to start out by saying thank you for everyone for coming out, and thank you to all the teachers who helped me finish my high school career. I came to YSC when I was 16 years old, starting my sophomore year, and I think moving away from home and family was a pretty big transition for me, but living in the residency house with 9 other guys made it pretty easy for me. And I still miss home from time to time, but being able to go back on off weekends or free time was pretty big for me. And again, I'd just like to thank my mom for letting me move out here and continue my soccer career here at YSC. When I came to YSC, my first impression was that Nuha was a pretty cool principal and very welcoming. She asked way too many questions, but in a way where she got to know me pretty well, which was really good. While school has never been my most enjoyable thing, she found a way to make it better. There was less sitting in class and more hanging out with the guys and playing tech ball from here to there. Being a part of the school and the unit gave me lots of opportunities that I won't forget. Like one was my most memorable moment was our trip to Brazil, our U17 year. Soccer-wise, it was a pretty crazy trip. We lost a good chunk of the games, but it was cool to experience and to see the style of play out there and play against some of the top teams in Brazil. I remember we went to a soccer history museum that was a part of an old stadium there, and what I remember most was the field and just thinking about all the stars that I've played there. And I think being able to walk on a field where like Ronaldinho or Pele played would be a pretty memorable moment for any kid that loves soccer. So that was really cool. I was pretty thankful for that experience. Just being in Brazil with the guys and the team was amazing. And I remember the trip ended with my 17th birthday out there. And they got a cake for me, and then we walked around the city in Porto Alegre. So it was a great moment, and I'll never forget that. A couple unforgettable people at the program are Ryan Richter and Susan. Richter was my first coach in the academy on the U17 team, and now he's with me again as assistant coach at the first team. He was my favorite just because he was a really positive guy and he had a great relationship with all the guys, and it was fun just to joke around with him or mess around with him, whether it was about sneakers or style or who had the best drip or just music or like who had the best playlist. I think he was always fun to talk to, and he's a great guy. And Susan, all around, is just the best teacher there is out there. She's always in a great mood and very easy to talk to, whether it's actually about schoolwork or our recent TV shows or what our opinions on whatever's in the news. So it's just amazing talking to her. I don't think she ever had a bad day or was ever negative or with anything. So just for her to be always positive with me and be there to talk about whatever it is, I think was just one of the things I really love about her. So again, I'd just like to thank Nuha and Richie for creating a school that isn't as stressful as normal high school, so we as players can focus on the one thing that we all love, soccer. So again, thank you Nuha, Richie, all the teachers, and YSC for the opportunities and memories.
As W.E.B. Du Bois once said, education must not simply teach work, it must teach life. YSC Academy is a place that makes this quote a reality. YSC has been vital in developing me as a person, student, and player. I would first like to thank Richie Graham. YSC was his brainchild, and we are all the recipients of his inspiration to blend a great education with great soccer. Next, we owe Dr. Nuha Ahmed Lee a debt of gratitude for creating and running such an influential academic institution. Together, they have created a nurturing environment for students and players to reach their goals, whatever they may be. There are so many principles and values that YSC teaches that I'm hard-pressed to narrow it down just a few. The first lesson I've learned here is the importance of being able to converse with adults. The relationship between the students and the teachers here at YSC trains even the youngest kids how to hold a conversation with adults. There are so many other valuable lessons learned here, but this is the one that sticks out in my mind and has helped me firsthand. I wish I had the time to go through all the others and thank every student and teacher for their role they played in my development and helping me get to where I am today. However, time does not allow it. So I just want to thank every single teacher, all except that crappy history teacher, Mr. Sullivan, for helping me grow. Each and every one of you has played a role in my education, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. On a more serious note, Mr. Sullivan, or Brendan to all of you, but Dad to me, I want to take this time to give you an extra special thank you for everything you've done for me. Not only are you a great history teacher, but I owe the development of my character to you. You and Mom have raised me and my siblings to strive to be people of character, to get back in life. I can truly say that you are the best coach I've ever had. You have always pushed me past what I thought my limits were, and you've never given up on me. Thanks to you, I am where I am today, and I will never be able to thank you enough for the countless miles driven, sleepless nights, and coaching sessions. You rarely get told how much you are appreciated, so thank you, and I love you, Dad. To Mom, thank you for always being there to help me in all aspects of my life. You are always there to support me in every facet, whether it be school, soccer, or life itself. You are the glue of our family. I love you. To my brothers, you guys have been the best brothers I could ask for. And I just want to take this time to wish you all the best of luck in filling the shoes of the greatest YSC Academy student in history. Me, of course. Lastly, I would like to thank Mom and Pop. The support you guys have for each and every one of your grandchildren is unmatched. You guys have attended every game you could, and it's amazing to have such a great support system. Thank you both for everything. I love you. Another thing this school has instilled in me is embracing the sacrifice that you make for your dreams to come true. Some of you may not know this, but YSC enabled me to graduate high school last year, a year early. While it was hard to leave my friends, the school allowed me to wait an entire year to receive my diploma in order to graduate with them. Now, what other schools would allow this accommodation? This is only one example of what truly is a microcosm for the many allowances the school makes for the students, but also the sacrifices the students make with the end goal of getting to the next level. They truly care for the individual. While graduation shared with my friends is not an option for me, I will forever hold dear the many memories made throughout my years of attending YSC. I've built so many strong friendships that I will never forget. 2 years ago, sitting in town hall, leading up to the 2019 graduation, I promised my boys that I would shout them out at our graduation. So Owen Moore and Ian Abbey, while I am sad we aren't making this memory of graduating together, We have created so many memories here, and the special bond we have will stay with me throughout my life. In closing, as Andra Day once said, gratitude is a big thing. It puts you in a place where you are humbled. I have such gratitude for all I've learned here at YSC, and I will never be able to appropriately thank you. But I think I speak for all of us graduating today that we know how blessed we have been to experience an education that didn't just teach us work. It taught us life lessons. YSC, I humbly thank you.
Hello, I thank you all for coming today. Living 750 miles away from home is not always easy, but with the support I've had from the people around me, it has been. When I came to the Union in November 2020, I quickly got to know Owen more. Despite competing against each other, the Moore family was generous enough to open their home to me for Thanksgiving and tolerated me enough that they offered me to stay until Christmas break. I would like to thank the Moore family for helping me out when I was in need of a place to live. After Christmas break, I transitioned into a more permanent living situation with the Sopek family, starting in January 2021. At first I was nervous that it would be awkward or something, but I quickly fit in. Before I knew it, Devin and I had become best friends, and now he's like a brother to me. The first night I got to their house, I remember the drive I went on with Devin after his dad had yelled at him for trying to hang out with his girlfriend instead of showing me around. In that drive, before we knew it, we were laughing and getting along. I'll never forget our trips to the gym and the fun memories we shared. I'd like to say a special thank you to Miss Jen for being the best mom on the East Coast. I would be a mess without her. I want to thank Lance for all the jokes and wisdom I'll carry for the rest of my life. The Sopeks are like family to me, and they've done a great job preparing me for my next step. When I joined YSC Academy, I never felt like a new kid. In the first week I was there, I was quickly welcomed into friend groups. YSC provided me with an abundance of lifelong friendships. For your next graduating classes of YSC, I want you guys to take the time to get to know your teachers. They are more than just teachers. They are role models, mentors, and friends. The support and advice the support and advice they have provided for my future is irreplaceable. I would like to thank all YSC teachers, but especially Brett and Darren. Brett's class helped me stay mentally checked in during difficult times. Brett, I speak for everyone at YSC when we say we're going to miss you. You're going to kill it at your new job. Thank you, Darren, for your guidance and hilarious memories. I'm gonna miss seeing your bright orange hat. Lastly, I would like to thank Nuha and Richie Graham for creating an amazing learning environment. Thank you sincerely to all the union coaches and staff that have been with me for the last 2 years. I want to thank Carl Spratt for the challenges he has presented me with that have better prepared me to deal with future struggles. A special thank you to Charlie Sales for always caring about my development on and off the field from the moment I got to the academy. Last but not least, I want to thank my family for making this all possible, all the support they have given me. They have encouraged my dreams for the last 4 years, saying we live in places like Portugal. I know it's not always easy on my mom and dad, knowing they had to send away their favorite child before college, but they replaced me with a dog anyway. So I look forward to starting the next chapter of my life at Coastal Carolina, knowing that I have the support of the YSC staff, union coaches, friends, and family behind me. Thank you.
Please join me in congratulating the class of 2022. Before we exit, I'd like to mention that there will be a reception at the school. We'll have refreshments for all, and the school store will be open. We hope our alumni will join us, friends, family, community. And now, let's have you guys dance up the stage.